Hey, what's up, y'all? So we've all been in situations where we've had to send a client an assessment form for them to do on their own, or we've had to do it in person using a clipboard, or if we subscribe to a service, we can do it through an app or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to do this using 123ContactForm. Here's a form example of what I've already put together that I send to my online clients, and I explain to them how to do it and stuff, and they input all their information, and once they hit submit, it sends it to me along with all of the information that they put in the field. So self-explanatory, the red asterisks on the right side of the label on each of the fields means that it is required of them. Of course, the name is required, the date that they're doing the assessment, the week that they are assessing, because definitely want to know if it's a pre or post or in the middle of the program, the type of assessment that they're working on. And the really cool feature with 123ContactForms is that you can create rules, and I'll show you how to do that. But how to create rules to kind of limit the amount of space that is on the initial form, and once they click that option, the other things start to pop up and are become in view. So anyway, the photo of the front, side, and rear, the progress photos. You can also do the performance assessment, the 2 mile run, 1.5 mile run, plank, L drill, 5, 10, 5, and so on. So let's get this thing crack-a-lackin'. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is create a new form. Let's call this self-assessment form, because I already have one. I'm going to call this one example. And I want the label of each of them to be on top of each field, not to the left or to the right, because that'll screw up everything. The direction, everything is good. All right, that is beautiful. So let's get to work. So I want name, date, number. I want this to be required, date, required. I also want a drop down. Now I'm just going to copy and paste it, some of these labels, to save time. I want that required, and I need a heading, because over here we have what type of assessment is, of course, the label. The heading right here is weight, body fat, circumference measurements, and I want that as the heading on this one. Right here. And I also want that bad boy bold. Okay, so let's get to work on the labels here. Here, one thing you're going to notice is some of them, the 6 right here, are side by side. So you have the weight and the body fat percentage, and then right below it you have left calf, left quad, right quad. Then hips, navel, those don't have a left and right. Down here, left arm, right arm. You see what I'm saying? So we need to have the width of the field here decreased so that the others start to fall into place, okay? So the way that I'm going to do that is by giving this a value, the field size of 160. The body fat percentage is going to also be 160. Which is here, and I need to make sure that this is 50% width. 50%. It's going to be a left calf. And the way to save yourself the hassle is when you click on this here. So I've modified this to where it's literally it's a modified not by default. So this is by default. I haven't changed the width or anything. These I've changed the width to 50%. These two and this one to 50%, and also the field size to 160, I think it's pixels. So I can create, I'm going to duplicate that. You see how that works? So this one is going to be, was it right? Right calf. And you see how they don't fall in? That means that the labels are on the left-hand side and I want them on the top. So I have to go back up here and reselect this because every once in a while, depends on your browser, it'll reselect default options. So in this case, it did, which is good because it is a good teaching point. So top of line, you see how that happens? Now all the labels are on top of the fields. So left calf, right calf, and go back to number. Left quad. I'm going to duplicate that. Right quad. I don't want the, I want the field width to be dress right dress as much as possible with these others. That's the field size. But I don't want the width of all of these to be dress right dress because I don't want all of them to start like hips, navel, waist, chest. I don't want it like that. I want those one on top of the other. And then when we go to left, right, that's when we want those widths to change. So I got hips, waist, $160. Left bicep. So 160, and then width, same thing as up at the top. I'm going to duplicate that. Right. And then I want to add neck. 160. Okay, so let's see how beautiful this thing looks. Okay, see what it looks like so far. All right, so we're making some progress here. Okay. Let's go down to the bottom and add another heading. I don't think I added it at the top of the progress. I'm going to say that those are progress photos. And I want those to be bold. So we're going to go to advanced. And image, a file upload or image. I think it's file upload. Yep, file upload. Copy and paste it, save some time. I can add instructions, but I'm not going to do that. And you know what? I can add the width. So what, 33%, 369, I'm just going to leave it at 100 and have them stacked on top of each other. Of your side. Let's make that bold, front, side, and rear. Okay. Progress photos. Yep. And yeah. So it's a little bit more in depth, like more advanced to create the rules. So I'm just going to leave it at this because, you know, this is probably a lot for you right now. So if you have any questions, any specific questions, please let me know and I'll be glad to answer them. And I'll do like the advanced features in a different video. So I hope this helps you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Oh, last thing first. Last thing before I leave. You hit publish. Make sure you publish your form. And that's your URL for your particular form. So there you go. Blessings to you, and wait to hear your feedback. Peace.